can buy my goods today, I will go tomorrow. I'm tired of staying in this country. Here is ECOWAS, and I want you to defend yourself now. Yes. Enough is enough. Yes.
It's business that brought us here, and we are not doing any illegal business. You just lock my shop for what? No anything. There's a lot of Ghanaians in Nigeria, a lot. We don't differentiate. We don't. If you have money to do business, open business anywhere in Nigeria, nobody cares. Or here, I don't know. So a group of individuals just misbehaving. Nigeria this, Nigeria that.
We are currently here at the Kaneshi Police Station, where the leadership of the Spare Parts Dealers Association and the Nigerian Spare Parts Dealers Association will be meeting the commander here. The member of parliament for the area is also here, and I've been speaking to the vice chairman, and he has been telling me about what necessitated the locking of the shops owned by the Nigerians.
If you're having a smoke problem and you don't shout loudly, no one will attend to you. Even the doctor will attend to you. Last year, His Excellency Dr. Bawumia organized a town hall meeting. I asked him the same question: what are you doing about this situation? Because we have been fighting, quarreling, going demonstration, closing our shop. What are you doing? And he referred that question to Honorable Chairman, and he told us, oh, 1 month you solve all the problem for you. So please exercise patience. Up till now, nothing is happening. We are aware that it's illegal, but we don't have anything to do. We have to go all out and close it. If to the point of death, we are ready for it. But about 8 years or 10 years ago, if you have 20,000 Ghana cedis, you rent a shop for 10 years as goodwill, and every month maybe you pay 20 cedis or 10 cedis as a rent. Because of these foreigners, now if your time is due, before you realize they've taken the shop from you, because they are paying 50,000, 60,000 for 5 years, and we don't have the capacity. If care is not taken, about 5 years out of us, what we started yesterday night is just fluxing, just small of what we intend to do. If they fail to come to our aid and to allow the foreigners to open their shop, they'll hear from us.
Joining me right now in the studio is the president of the Nigerian Union of Traders Association of Ghana, Chief Emeka Inaji. Chief, thank you for your time here on Newsnight.
Thank you.
Great to have you. Also joining us on the phone lines is the co-chairman of the Bosokai Spare Parts Dealers Association, Siam Peru. So we heard you there, obviously, upset by what has happened today. Since the thing happened in the morning, I know there've been. We understood that there were some meetings that were supposed to be had on this. Has anything happened? Has anything changed?
No, nothing has changed. The shops are still closed.
Your shop is still closed?
Yeah, our shop is still closed.
Okay. You are a spare parts dealer?
Yeah, some of us deal from all manner of parts and car auto parts, from radio system to tires, batteries, and all that.
Have they explained to you? Is this the first time this is happening, by the way, for Abosokai?
No, they have been happening so many times.
Have they explained to you exactly why they decided to lock up your shops?
No, they have not explained anything apart from what we know. They always call on us to leave the market. And my argument is that Abosokai is not a market; it's a street. But even at that, they don't want us to have peace.
Okay. So what did you discover? What happened exactly to your shop? This morning you came and the locks have been changed?
It was yesterday evening that they announced that we should bring our documents to the office, and we shouldn't open our shops today. And we left home. Around 8 p.m. in the night, they called. There's a call that came in that some people are moving around, locking our shops. And when we came this morning, it was true. The shops are locked. And there's a padlock, new padlocks, that does not belong to us on our doors.
Okay, so that's why you haven't been able to access your building, your shop.
That's correct.
Have you managed to reach your Nigerian High Commission or since this happened?
Of course, I have made a call, and some of the ministers have also called me to find out what is going on. And I have explained to them.
When you say ministers, Ghanaian or Nigerian ministers?
That's the Nigerians.
The Nigerian ministers, okay.
Yeah.
So what did they say? Did they indicate what action they'll be taking?
No, they just want to hear from me what happened to my members, and I explained to them. They said, okay.
I want to bring in the co-chairman of the Abosokai Spare Parts Dealers Association, Siam Peru. Siam Peru, thank you for your time here on Newstime.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Ampedu, so tell me, why have you really taken this step to close down the shops of your Nigerian friends?
Thank you very much. Good to see you on this tonight. Let me clarify something. You asked me a straight question that is it the first time that we are closing the shop? I say no, several times. It's a liar. He's not telling the truth. This is the first time Abashokai Spare Parts Association decided to close some of the foreign traders shop at Abashokai. We always did what we call it, press conferences. We put a protest informing them that they give them some few days to leave the market, but we are not able to do anything against them. This is the first time that we are doing such exercise. Okay,
so this is the first time, but why?
Yeah, the reason is simple. Ghana is a country. Ghana is not one of the states in Nigeria. They are also a sovereign country. And we want them to abide by the rules and regulations concerning Ghanaian trading.
What rules exactly?
The DRPC Act 865. And we are on that rule.
Which says what?
It says that let me summarize. The retail trading or the retail sector belongs to the indigenous. No foreigner should make attempt to go to that place. It's reserved to us, the indigenous. And if you want to do business in Ghana, they're not saying they should go back to their country. Yes, they can do business here. We can also go there and do business at their country. But you have to respect the rules and regulations covering that country or covering that the business that you are doing. One, if you want to do business in Ghana, you do about $1 million. You go through you go through the process. You take your documents from DIPC. You go to Registrar General. You have to obtain all the necessary documents, and you employ 25 skilled Ghanaians. That's when we don't have problem. But where is the case that they intentionally hide behind ECOWAS protocol and they migrate into Ghana. They come and rent a 2x4 shops at our place. And now, if you're in Abasokan and your time is due, if you're not lucky, you get the shop again because these guys are there paying a huge money to the landlord.
I mean, Mr. Ampedu, you say they're breaching rules, but you cannot take the law into your own hands, can you?
Why are you saying that?
Because you're not a law enforcement body. If the law that has been passed, it's only the law enforcement agencies legally mandated who can enforce that law, not you. What you've done today is an illegality.
We are aware that it's illegality, but we've closed it. And we will continue to do that. So we hear something from the authorities. So they do the right thing. They are not doing the right thing. You are not able to tell them that you are not doing the right thing. You are asking that I'm breaching the law. What are you talking about?
I mean, Mr. Naji, what's your reaction to that? It says you're breaching our laws, and that is why they're taking this step.
Thank you. If you excuse me, I wouldn't like to have a banter with my brother, who is also my chairman in Abasokai. But I want to correct some impression and some truths. The shop of Nigerians started being locked in since 2007, and Abasokai was affected in 2012 November precisely, and February 2013. I was one of the victims. It was not locked by association members. It was locked by a Minister of Trade task force. He should know that. Issue of breaching of law is very laughable because they themselves do not know what law is all about. If they do, they shouldn't have gone to anybody's shop to lock it, because that is illegality. If we have confirmed that we are trading, our trading is illegal, and also agreed that their locking is illegal. So what is different now? So what do I have to do to him now? Because he's a Ghanaian, nobody can touch him or what? You know, the issue here is that I think we should come up with a lasting solution. And that is what I can say here. And stop going back and forth. I've been in Abasoka for 25 years, and I have tried to mingle very well with Ghanaians, which I know a lot of Ghanaians are our colleagues that we are working with. And we have a good relationship, especially even him, he is talking. I know he has some Nigerians that may be working with him. However, if they think there is a concern, they should raise it to the appropriate quarters.
Do you agree that your trading in retail is a breach of the Ghanaian law?
I'm not trading in retail. You don't know who I am.
I'm asking you based on what you're doing.
I'm coming. I know. Sorry, I'm not upset. Listen to me. Abasoka is the headquarters of spare parts in Ghana. If you should know that. Most of guys that in Abasoka is selling wholesales. And I tell you, most of Nigerians do the same. In fact, who are you going to sell retail to? Because those who sells it, those who knows our shop, we don't know where the last consumer.
So you are in wholesale, not retail?
Of course. I import brand names of every product I sell. And so many of us are the same. You see, Guta or association of Abasoka Association are not, sincere to themselves. If it's a matter of registration, a matter of selling wholesale, there's a lot of shops they would have spare. Because they know that those people are not involved or engaged in such things. But they close those shops for sheer enviness. There's one of my friends, he has all documentation that he can use to do business in Ghana. And the shop is closed.
When you say sheer enviness, what do you mean?
Sheer enviness, because why should you go to your neighbor's shop to close it without doing anything? We have not provoked them in any way.
So you mean they are envious of the Nigerians?
I think that is the word I should use here. If not, why should they do that?
Why would they be envious?
Why shouldn't they be envious? The reason is that if we are all Ghanaians, would they come and close my shop? There's a lot of Ghanaians are doing well. And they're not bothered about all this good that this association that. I have a friend of mine who have helped me, he's a Ghanaian. And he have given me, when I had a problem with my goods, 300,000 Ghana cedis cash to pay my duties.
Finally, let me ask you, you say you are not in retail, but do you admit as the leader of the group that there are some of your members who are in the retail business?
Have they pointed out those people? Let them point them out. And
do you know some of them who are in retail?
I did not know. They knows them.
Are you saying all the Nigerian traders there are
That
in
is
wholesale?
what I should say, because the point is that I know how Nigerians work, especially in the spare parts. It's not like every other business. Spare parts business is a huge business, and people does it the way they know it. Therefore, if there is a particular person who is selling retails and they raise a point to that person, we can caution the person. We can even help to sanitize the market.
What do you plan to do now, since your shops are still closed?
We are waiting on the authority. What can we do? We are like a baby who have no power of anything. So we are waiting for government to react, and that is it.
Thank you very much. That is the president of the Nigerian Union of Traders Association, Ghana, Chief Emeka Inaji. I want to speak now to the deputy ranking on the Trade Committee in Parliament, Yusuf Suleimana. Mr. Suleimana, thank you for your time here on Newsnight. I mean, this issue had come up again, of course. First time we're hearing the Abasoka impact of this. What is it that your committee is doing about this, if at all?
Good evening, and good evening to our Chinese listeners. I think that let's put this blame at the doorstep of government. Why am I saying this? Indeed, Guta petitioned Parliament, and the petition was referred to our committee. Okay, so we started working on it. Somewhere marked there about, I made a comment to the media that the speed at which we were looking at the petition was not good enough. And you know how Parliament operates. It is always the majority side that will have to convene meetings and all of that. We worked on and on and on, and as I speak to you, we will not be able to arrive at a conclusive decision. Some of the agencies and organizations and ministries that were supposed to meet, I can tell you that we will not be able to do that. Then I was there when the Minister of Trade, someone asked me a meeting, and we wanted to know how far we are going with the issue. We told them how far we are going with the issue, and we told that, they had met with Guta, and Nigerians who are in the retail business, and that they were going to sort it out. To me, that was where it ended. But the truth of the matter is that the government should be held responsible. Why do I say this? In 2015, 2016, thereabout, and in fact, you can check the records, this rampant closure of shops has ceased because then government has put in place a committee comprising of all those who matter. And so there was some kind of sanity, and business were going on well, and now we're looking at giving a larger solution to this issue. You can make reference to the GRTC Act at 865. Some provisions were made there to make a distinction between retail trade and the wholesale trade. And that if you want to do retail trade, there are some requirements that you were supposed to meet and all of that.
I mean, those challenges are known. And very briefly, so what is the way forward now? I mean, obviously, with this happening today.
Yeah, so the way forward is that government should come in and ensure that the right thing is done. We have a law that must be obeyed.
I'm grateful, sir. That is the deputy ranking on the Trades Committee in Parliament. So listen to News 90 on Joy 99.7 FM. What do you make of this? I mean, don't do your by staff from Abosokai. I want to hear from you. 0244340437. Let's do some business now. And George is joining me with the latest. Hello, George.
Hi, Evans. And coming up in business, some analysts fear that the revised GDP projection demonstrates that COVID-19's impact on the economy could be worse than what has been projected. And Standard Chartered Bank assures of systems to protect customers against the fraud-related activities on its platforms. We'll be getting you more details on that one. The business news on Newsnight is brought to you by MTN Business. Welcome to the new world of business. Kingdom Books and Stationery, your number one-stop shop for all your office essentials. And the First National Bank, we are the bank that understands your business. First National Bank, how can we help you?
Where you go use your MTN Momo wallet make payment with scan to pay. Where you go use the QR code, or you go use the merchant ID or on bank POS terminal. You go also transfer money between mobile money wallet and bank account, all on MTN Momo. Enjoy real convenience in all your financial transactions and live life the brighter way with MTN Momo. We are good together. Just Momo it. We're there for you everywhere you go.
We give you nothing but the best. We stay above the rest. More quality, more affordability. Kingdom Books and Stationery. Everybody's going to the one and only shop where customer satisfaction is a guarantee. Kingdom Books and Stationery.
Oh yes, with our 30 days credit facility with no interest charge, free delivery services, and our free consultation on setting up your office, Kingdom Books and Stationery is unmatched in our delivery of quality and affordable office essentials, equipment, and furniture.
Experience world-class customer service in all our branches in Accra, Tema, Kumasi, Cape Coast, and Takoradi.
Call us on 0302-764-101
or visit our website at www.kingdomgh.com.
Kingdom Books and Stationery, your number one-stop shop for all office essentials and stationery. Terms and conditions apply.
We know it's important to create a productive and supportive working environment by investing in your employees' health. With a leading international track record, Apex Health Insurance is regulated and licensed by the National Health Insurance Authority to provide medical insurance services to institutional clients, families, and individuals. Apex Student Package and International Medical Solutions are all here to cushion you. Visit Apex Health Insurance Office at Zion House, Boundary Road, Shiashi, or call
0501-683-914
or 0232-000-015. In Kumasi, we are located opposite Prempeh College, Sofo Line, and in Takoradi, Apex Health, your preferred health insurer.
See, my friend, respite is something we all need in hard times when we have no tool.
A bank that cares is a bank worth doing business with. Just imagine you having an obligation and you cannot take care of it in this COVID era, or not being able to continue that project you started. You can take that pressure off simply by choosing GCB's Special Personal Loan Package for salary workers, which also offers a 2-month repayment moratorium and a reduced interest rate of 24% for all salaried customers who apply for the loans between now and December. And for government workers, an increased loan tenor of up to 48 months awaits you. GCB, your bank for life.
Do you know that the Electoral Commission is undertaking the compilation of the new voters registered this year, so we will register again?
Every Ghanaian citizen of 18 years and above and of sound mind, ordinarily resident in an electoral area, is eligible to register.
What steps will be taken to ensure the safety of the applicants?
Every applicant must wear a face mask before entering the registration center. No face mask, no entry. You will wash your hands with soap under running water. Your temperature will be checked, while you maintain a minimum distance of 1 meter while in the queue. Your finger will be checked for an electoral stain to know if you've already registered before being sanitized. Your data will be captured on Form 1A. You will provide the officer with your residential address, your GPS address, your hometown address, your town and district, as well as the full names of your parents, dead or alive. Then you will be sent to the data entry clerk. The clerk will sanitize the scanner before capturing your fingerprints. He will then type your details into the biometric system, take your picture, and print the Form 1C and give it to you with the Form 1A. You will thumbprint the Form 1A in front of the laminating clerk. Then the clerk will cut out the card parts of the Form 1C. Then laminate your new voter's ID card for you. Your finger will be dipped in an indelible ink. Hand sanitizers will be provided before you leave the registration center.
When are you going to register?
Daddy, I registered during the last electoral exercise, so I won't register again.
Don't you know that this is a total replacement of the old voters register? It means if you have registered before, you have to register again.
Hey.
You will need either a passport or your national ID card to register. If you don't have a passport or a national ID card, you must provide 2 already registered people to stand as your guarantors.
What about your mother, who is too old to join the queue?
Vulnerable, persons with disability, older adults, pregnant and lactating mothers are not left out. Download the Voters Registration Form 1A from the Electoral Commission website, www.ec.gov.gh. Print it, fill it out, and bring it along with your passport, national ID card, or 2 guarantors to the district office of the Electoral Commission or to the registration center to register. Note that only the vulnerable, the aged, pregnant and lactating mothers will be allowed to print out their form online and bring it to the district office or the registration center.
Register to vote. Your vote is your power.
Welcome back to Business on News. Now, the latest revision of the country's growth outlook shows that the impact of COVID-19 on the economy could be worse than earlier projected. Well, that's the fear of head the financial advisory accounting firm Nite. Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta reviewed the end-of-year growth outlook from just under 1%, that is from 1.5%. Now, commenting on these figures, that is, Nite said believes that the unplanned expenditure could be worse than what we thought in terms of its impact on the economy.
The Minister of Finance had earlier presented a revised budget to Parliament just immediately when we were hit by the pandemic. And in that budget presentation, the Minister had revised the GDP estimate to about 2.5%, 2.6% from a 6.8% projection. As we speak, the Minister has revised it further downwards to 0.9%. So it's just a clear indication that the situation is worsening, and this is partly due to our unplanned expenditure arising out of the coronavirus pandemic.
Nite is with the financial advisory accounting firm Deloitte. Now, Standard Chartered Bank is assuring the public of systems to protect clients from fraud-related activities on their platforms. And this is coming out of the Bank of Ghana review that some banking staff are collaborating with fraudsters to defraud clients. Now, Standard Chartered Bank says even though it has not been affected by this, they have tough systems in place to ensure that their clients are protected. Masanete is managing director of Standard Chartered Bank, and she's been speaking through a virtual platform after its annual general meeting today.
we haven't been impacted by the new policy, and I want to ensure that we have I also talked about our focus on cyber security, and it was our priority. We've done a lot, including and stakeholders and members.
Nite is the managing director of Standard Chartered Bank, speaking through a virtual platform after it engaged journalists today after holding their annual general meeting today. And that's all for business on Newsnight.
Thank you very much, George. Now, the COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in many job cuts and struggle by many businesses to pay salaries. For those now bouncing back, how are they adjusting to the new normal? And for those seeking employment opportunities, where do they find them? All these and more will feature at the Joy Business Roundtable on Jobs and Salaries. Head of Joy Business, Odelia Ofori, joins me in the studio to talk more on why you shouldn't miss this. This is definitely a big event. Take us through this, especially with this particular period that we're in.
Okay, so this event was actually put together by the team to take a look at people who have had issues with the way they have been laid off because of COVID, and exactly how these people are coping. Was this done the right way? What does the law really say? And then also remember that the finance minister indicated that there's going to be an unemployment insurance package. Exactly how are we going to disburse this? Who really qualifies? How does government even get the data? The law requires that the government actually gets people to register their state of unemployment at various points called employment centers. Do these really exist? And if they don't, how are they going to come up with these unemployment figures to be able to give this insurance packages to? We will have at the event people who've had experiences with their employers on specifically how they were laid off, whether that's legal. We will have the the National Labour Commission, we will have the ILO, we will also have the Deputy Minister for Employment, we will have the Ghana Employers Association and Labour Consultant Austin Game, and all of them will actually be delving into the issues and us finding a sustainable way of maintaining the current jobs that exist, and also those who have lost their jobs will get the opportunity to seek some redress. Okay, yeah, specifically, I mean, I saw the list of people coming. Any particular names that we should be watching out for? Because I know you've really packed that thing with some really fascinating individuals. Yes, so we will be having Rose Kakari-Annan. Rose Kakari-Annan is the deputy chair with the National Labour Commission. She will actually be answering all the questions on labor because guess what? The NLC does not really have a lot of presence nationwide. I currently know that they have only 3 locations. And so if you're in northern Ghana and you have an issue, it's actually going to be difficult to seek some redress. So she will be there to answer questions on that. We will have Alex Frimpong, who is the CEO of the Ghana Employers Association, throwing more light on what employers are actually doing. Bright Rekuprobe, Deputy Minister for Employment, will be giving us policy perspective, exactly what they have done and what they want to do going forward. You don't want to miss that for anything. Thank you, Delia, for that. A few of your WhatsApp messages on the stories we've had so far. This one says it is sad and highly unacceptable how people are treating or have treated our Nigerian counterparts, even if they deserve such treatment. I do believe it's clear envy. That's the views of Kenneth. My name is Sharif from Osu says, please, the Ghanaian traders are greedy and selfish. They bring small goods and one big profit. And the final one says, the fight between the Ghanaian and Nigerian spare parts dealers is something I find difficult to comprehend. Something a Nigerian will sell 100 cedis, a Ghanaian will sell for 300 cedis. Okay, so another person confirming the challenge they have with the sales at Abosokai. So listen to News Night on Joy 99.7 FM.
And this is your election headquarters. Police in the Ashanti region say they have launched investigations into an incident involving an MPP sympathizer who allegedly pulled a gun at the registration center at Aboabo No. 1, a suburb of Asawase, on Monday. Reports suggest the MPP agent, Yoshua Yakubu, pulled the pistol on MP for Asawase Muntaka Mubarak's bodyguard, threatening to shoot if the security personnel doesn't vacate the center. Ahaji Muntaka has been responding and recounting what happened to my colleague Erastus Osari Donko.
But the moment they saw the military and the police, now they became emboldened, and he had the guts to pull the gun. And my expectation was that the military guys would have arrested him. They didn't. They were rather pleading with him. You could see it in the video. No provocation. And look, in a polling station, pull a gun on a police officer who was holding AK-47. I mean, I thank God and I commend my bodyguard for the patience, because not everybody will watch like Major Muhammad did and people just killed him. I sitting here, there's no way I would have been holding AK-47 and another person who may be holding an unlawful gun. I'm holding a lawful gun, and that person is holding an unlawful gun, will pull that gun on me and go scot-free. I don't think if I were my bodyguard, that guy would have gone through. But thank God, because I can imagine if he had decided to fire his AK-47 with the crowd there, you know AK-47 how it travels. Maybe if it had been a different story that I would be telling here. So I commended him for his patience and all the resilience that he showed, that he didn't try to even physically beat or attack the guy, but he remained calm, and the whole world have seen in the video how he was calm, he was seated. It was even the police was okay and said, look, the way the guy is doing this thing. I asked him, he said the police officer, the soldier man came, one of the officers, the military guys came to tell him, the way you are seated, the guy is holding gun. I don't think it's better you position yourself.
Well, the Ashanti Regional Police Command say they've begun investigations into this particular incident. Godwin Ahianyo is spokesperson for the Regional Police Command.
It's true that the Regional Police Command has intercepted a video circulating on social media about some scuffle between a police officer and a man wielding a pistol. Since morning, we have instituted investigations into the video, and we have invited the police officer to come and assist us. The one wielding the pistol, we are yet to establish his identity. Then we invite him to whoever is a witness in this very unfortunate incident will also be invited to the command to assist in investigation.
But what has your officer been telling you on what actually triggered this altercation?
That is why I said he has been invited. So far, I don't know the communication he's had with the investigators, but we know that he has reported the matter to his commander. The military men who were also seeing the video, I'm told, they have also reported to their commander. So subsequently, if anything comes up, we'll let you know, and then the public will also be informed accordingly.
Let me bring in Colonel Festus Obaji, retired, joins us on the telephone line right now, security analyst. Colonel Festus Obaji, thank you for your time here on Newsnight. I mean, this keeps happening. Of course, the most high profile is the Minister for Special Development Initiative, but it's happened again. The police have just said they're investigating. What's your reaction to this latest incident, considering that it's been happening over the period since the registration started? Mr. Obaji, can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. Thank you for joining me. What's your reaction to this latest incident? This is not the first time it's happened. We've seen the high-profile case of the minister. Another one has happened. Another person who claims to be a national security operative pulls a gun at the registration center. Again, the police says they're investigating.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be the last. I would have expected that anybody who goes around claiming that they are national security, whatever, in the first instance, must be positively identified. It should not be sufficient that because you claim that you are national security operative, so be it. But in this instance, you don't expect that, or we wouldn't expect a national security officer to threaten, pull a gun on a police officer, no matter what, in the presence of other security officers. So the behavior and the conduct of this particular gentleman is very, very disturbing. And I find it very difficult to understand the police's narrative in all instances that they are investigating. I got this video late in the night, last night. So it's about 24 hours, close to 24 hours that it happened. The police at this time must be able to tell us who that individual was and give us a gist, a short brief on the circumstances for that altercation and where they are as of now with the investigation that they are doing. See, all of this plays to the narrative of impunity that we've been talking about. So I'm not surprised at all. Indeed, I wouldn't be surprised that if this gentleman is a national security operative, this is the end of the story.
Well, I'm grateful that you joined us with your thoughts. That's Colonel Festus Abuaji there with his thoughts on this latest development. Still on the registration exercise, MP for Asawase Muntaka Mubarak is accusing the Electoral Commission of unfairness in scheduling registration on Eid al-Adha holiday. This is this Friday.
We are a very diversified society, and each one of us, the role that we play is very, very important. You cannot just downplay the role of others, thinking that only your role is important. I can't imagine, for whatever reason, that we will say we are doing registration on Christmas Day. It can't happen. And you know, during the national identification registration, when it got to Christmas, they jumped to January and gave the Christmas break. Within the EC officials, you have a lot of Muslims. That is one. Those who are coming out to register, you have a lot of Muslims. For the Electoral Commission to ignore a very sensitive day for the Muslims and still say they are going ahead with the registration, we find it very, very important.
Well, the Electoral Commission has a statement out on this particular matter. What does the Electoral Commission say, Parker?
Evans, it says the Electoral Commission informs the general public that it has reverted to the original timetable for the last phase of the 2020 voters registration exercise. In view of this, the last and final phase of the voters registration exercise will take place from the 1st to 6th of August 2020 as earlier scheduled. The public is hereby informed that the Commission will not undertake the voters registration exercise on Friday, the 31st of July 2020. The voters registration exercise will resume on Sunday, the 1st of August to Thursday, the 6th of August 2020. The Commission apologizes for any inconvenience caused by its earlier release. The Commission takes the opportunity to wish all Muslims a happy Eid al-Adha.
Okay, so that's the clarification there from the Electoral Commission. Still, of course, on the issues leading up to the elections, President Akufo-Addo has cut sword for the construction of the Yendi water project in that part of the country in fulfillment of a pledge he made to Yana Mahama Bukari II. This is the Yendi water supply project, and this promise was made at the 2019 Damba Festival. About 7 communities are expected to benefit from the $30 million facility funded by the Exim Bank. Now, President Akufo-Addo observed government is still on course with its commitment to provide potable drinking water for the citizenry. He was speaking at a sword-cutting ceremony.
It has been 59 years since the construction of the original Yendi water supply system, which took its raw water source from the River Dakar. Since its construction, it has not undergone any rehabilitation works, and it is no longer capable of satisfying the water needs of Yendi and its environs. Additionally, because of the considerable increase in population and economic growth, it has become necessary to construct a new water supply system to meet the water demands of Yendi and its adjoining towns and communities. In recognition of these facts and the resolve to leave no community behind in government's Water for All agenda, we have, through the Ministries of Sanitation and Water Resources and Finance, signed an agreement with the India Exim Bank for a credit facility of $30 million United States dollars for the construction of the Yendi water supply system. Yana Mahama Abukari II, when I told you at the Damba Festival the great days lie ahead of Dagmon, This is what I meant, as this project signals the beginning of infrastructural development for Yendi.
Enjoy 99.7 FM News Night, your election headquarters in head there, President Dankwa Akufo-Addo. It's time for sports now, and Benedict is joining me on the phone with the latest. Benedict.
Yes, Evans. As I speak to you, Swansea City are currently taking on Brentford, and it is the second leg of their National League promotional playoff. And Andrea Ayew, skipper of the Black Stars, is in the thick of affairs. Remember, the first leg, he scored the only goal, which we've done 8 minutes in that game, and it's still Swansea leading on aggregates by a goal to nil. If they're able to hold on to this, they will make the final and wait for the team that will qualify from the Cardiff and Fulham game. So that's the story of Andrea Ayew and the Swansea City team. Away from them, the family of Spanish-based player Mohamed Salisu has released a statement denying talks that the Southampton-bound doesn't want to represent Ghana at the Black Stars level. In that statement, they talked about the fact that Salisu is ever ready to represent the country anytime he's called on. In Manchester City are in talks over the signing of Valencia winger Ferran Torres for 23 million euros, which is equivalent to 20.87 million pounds. It will be City's first summer signing and replace Germany forward that's Leroy. He recently left the club for German champions, that's Bayern Munich. That's your sports, Evans.
Thank you, Benedict. Now, the minority in Parliament is demanding the whereabouts of Minister for Special Development Initiative, Hawa Kumsing, after she failed to show up in the House today to respond to questions. The minister, who was recently questioned by police for shooting at a voter registration center, was expected in the House to respond to questions on developmental projects in Insawam. But Majority Chief Whip Ameya Cheme told the House she is unavailable. Now, NDC MP for Adaklu Kwame Agboja demanded detailed explanations on why the minister is not able to honor the invitation. Now, the Speaker of Parliament himself in Parliament then urged MPs to avoid showing excess solidarity towards your colleagues so the House can do its work as expected. Here's how it played out on the floor.
Speaker, the Minister for Special Development Initiatives is not available, and the Business Committee, in meeting this morning, has rescheduled the person to next week Friday.
Thank you very much.
The same goes for the other person for standing in the name of the Minister for Communications. Those ones are to be rescheduled for Wednesday next week.
Honorable Speaker, the Chief didn't tell us exactly where the Minister for Social Initiatives
Honorable Member, order, please.
If you can translate where the Minister for Social Initiatives
Honorable Members, I particularly don't enjoy the RRR. It's unparliamentary. If an honorable member cannot raise questions on availability of ministers, then what are we here for? Let our solidarity not overextend. As it stands, it's obvious that we cannot go on with any questions. But I will say, let ministers be reminded and let these arrangements be fair so that parliamentary business can also go on. I recommend the public business.
And as the Speaker of Parliament there, Professor Michael Quay, and to arrive alive now, if you're one of those who don't like wearing seatbelts, listen up, because it's not just a cliche that it will save your life. It actually does, like the case of former hip life musician Yausiki, who says God and his seatbelt are the reasons he's alive after he was involved in an accident on the Tema motorway.
And so later I asked my friend what happened, and he said he was speeding on the motorway, and a taxi driver came from behind and overtook him. You know? So in the process of swerving, he lost control, and the car got off the road, somersaulted like 3 times, and landed on its head like that. Yeah, so doctor said that while I was in the car upside down like that in seat belts with head injuries and arm injuries and bleeding, one of my neck bones had broken, and the broken neck bone was 1 inch away from my respiratory system in my neck here, and if I pressed on it, I would have lost my breath in seconds. You know, so 1 inch away from death, God gave me a second chance.
And don't forget to wear your seatbelt, especially if you're on the way home and listening to News Night tonight. If you're not in your seatbelt, just strap in now. And don't forget, hashtag is Arrive Alive. Now, over the past few days, new songs released by some popular Ghanaian musicians have been trending and dominating the airways. For the greater part of last week, it was this song, Putu, by Stonebwoy. I mean, there are those who love this and there are those who hate it. But this week, the One Ghana for Your Pocket and Antimatter hitmaker EL released 3 tracks in his monthly playlist: Heroes Have Fun, No Peace, and JJ Rawlings. That last one really does something to me. He's been trending yesterday when he threw in the tracks. Take a listen.
Caught up in the mission, a forward in the better, call it nigga living.
They call me JJ Rawlings. They call me JJ Rawlings. I be JJ Rawlings.
I like the way he rhymes with JJ Rawlings, and of course that author of that fascinating book that I'm pretty sure that you've read before, also in the lines there by EL doing his thing in the songs that he's released over the last few days. Of course, I leave you with samples of those great songs. My name is Evans Mensah.